有办法。
Hi guys, welcome. I'm going to try, emphasis on try, to make this as quick as I possibly can, because not only do I have my game of jazz to play, I am doing 2 readathons. One is the mini magical readathon created by G from Book Roast. It's part of the larger magical readathon Aurelium Situatione, and the second one is Roll of Reads by Mel from a book fiend named Mel. I will leave both everything that I discuss links down below with their socials linked to said readathons. I do also have a number of buddy reads and middle grade monthly and some potential book club reads. First things I'm going to dive into are my jars. So this one was changed to a punishment jar, which I'm filming this on Thursday, and I've currently started. So the way that I do punishments, before we go into this, the way that I do punishments is if I haven't started the book before the end of the month, then it means that it's a fail, it's done, it's punishment jar required. However, I've started Solitaire and where is it now? Eva Evergreen 7 Magical Witch, and I will be starting and finishing hopefully the Cozy Mystery I Need to Read by Janet Deleon by the end of this weekend, by the end of January, which is Monday. And I will definitely start Threat of Shadows. So they're the only ones I've got left. What I did do for Roll Readathon is, you'll notice that I will explain this in my wrap up as well in case you skip this bit. I changed Rat, which was my battle or war prompt for Crescent City, to Hosab, because I knew that I would not get through that chunker as well as the other 4 books I needed to read. I didn't want to rush books. I didn't want to have to roll over a book that chunky for next month, given the TBR you're going to see right now. So, first one we're going to pick is, from my 12 books, 12 prompts jar cup thing. Also, Shell, who's sending me a ton of books, also has another jar like this that she said I can use for my jar game. So thank you for that, Shell. She's sending it when she sends the books. So this is the 12 books, 12 prompts, and Chloe. So Chloe Persistent Bookworm. The book is Nevernight. The prompt is related to theatre. So these are both books I'm going to have to buy, I think. Joy are doing a Nevernight box that's due out in May, I think. So I'm going to try and get Nevernight on Audible, or use that as my audiobook from BookBeat if I can get it. The prompt related to theatre. I was going to get this book anyway. It's Kate in Waiting. I'm going to leave it here. Chloe said that this would do for the theatre prompts, so those are the books that I'm going to be picking for that. And then this one, I need to pick my Kindle book, and I'm hoping it can match a prompt for what I've got to read this month. But a lot of these Kindle books, I totally forgot I even owned them on Kindle. There's 2 there. So this is the Kindle. Wow, that's a long one. What the hell is that? Life at the End of the Tunnel by Christina Black. I have no idea what this is. Why the frick did I do that? I think that was an ebook that was just randomly gifted by somebody that I was doing a blog tour for. And they were like, do you want this free book? Because you reviewed this for us. I was like, okay. And sounds like it might be a contemporary. Do we know? Do I ever? There you go. That's my game of jazz. I am going to quickly run through my buddy reads. This is only sort of 5 chapters a day. Priory of the Orange Tree, yes, it's a chunker, but you can see how many sections we've sectioned it out to, if you can focus. So we've sectioned it out a lot, and this is just going to be one that I just chug through. I'm hoping that it's easy to follow. I probably will end up tabbing this anyway, because I'm going to get the hardback of this. And I'm going to audiobook this as well, because the writing in this is ridiculously small. I cannot deal with that size writing, either with my specs on. So, this is a buddy read I'm doing with Lindsay Jardine. I'm also doing a buddy read for Not Safe for Work. Buddy read for Rose Patreon. It's not one of her official ones. The reason we're doing this is I love Rose and her Patreon, like, and I've met so many lovely people through her Patreon that are now, like, I class as friends. There's got a Not Safe for Work chat, and then Silkfire by Zabe Elor, I think I'll put the name up here. They have released a book called Silkfire, and just the teasers about what this book is about gives me life, and we all requested it as a NetGalley arc, and 99% of us got approved for it, so we're just like, buddy reading March? Like, yeah, crack on. So, we're buddy reading that, and I cannot wait, because just the teasers that they've put on Twitter, giving me life. Next up, have I just had this on my December TBR? Yes. Am I going to reread it? Yes, because this is Spooks' Patreon buddy read for March. So, I whizzed through this. I don't think they section out pages, it's just like a group Patreon read. The likelihood is I wouldn't stick to a buddy read on this anyway, because I whizzed through this last time. It was so good. It got 5 stars. I genuinely regret not being able to get hold of any of the other editions of this book, especially like the anniversary edition with the stenciled edges. If they do any other editions of this book that I can get my hands on, like special editions, I am going to go for it, because this is owned by V. Schwab, Becca. Joking. This is the first book I read after the Dark Shade Magic series, and I'm just, she's going to be an auto-by-author for me, hence the reason why I just pre-ordered Gallant before I even read the synopsis. Not going to lie, and that's coming next week, hopefully the week after, because the publication date's been pushed back. But there's this that I'm reading as a buddy read for Spooks' Patreon. And we also have Plain Bad Heroines. Have I chosen chonkers? Because Silkfire is also 500 pages long-ish. I'm not even going to count how many pages this is. I'm not going to look. This was on my TBR for Magical Readathon, and it's one of the books I needed to finish to complete the novice path. So it's on here, and it also gets that one finished as well. I think it's the arc something. I can't remember what part of the novice path it was, but it also helps tick off that. Okay, so those are the buddy read. Those are the buddy read things that I've got going on in March. The only 3 days the only day I probably won't be available will be the 15th, which is when I'm going to see The Wanted, fingers crossed, providing they sort out the O2 Arena, please. But travelling down and travelling back home on the 14th and the 16th, I can hopefully get through a chunk of these, because it's like a 6-hour coach ride. So next I'm going to do Roll of Reads. This is a TBR game that Mel from a book fiend named Mel does every month. She's made it into a readathon, and I took part. So I'm going to head over to Lisa for the first roll. Oh, before we do that, I did say that I was going to start with, I was going to just do 3 rolls. I got ahead of myself and ended up doing 5. Much regret, because 5 did me day. So let's go to number 1. Okay, so it's just I'm doing this holding my camera with my hands. If it's a bit shaky, I do apologise. I can't find the tripod anywhere at the moment, and I need to get this filmed and edited before I go to my family's house. So these are the prompts. This is the board that was created by Mel. I'm just gonna pop the so I am only doing 3 rolls, and I've got my D20 dice there. So let's go for roll number 1. So we've got 16. 16. Gifted from a sub box. Gifted all from a sub box. So this helps a lot. Okay, number 1. Didn't do me dirty. I was so hyped for this because Chloe from Persistent Bookworm has recently gifted me the 2nd and 3rd book in this series, and Frostburg got 5 stars. It made me cry. It left me gagged. The goopery, the audacity of Ellie Blake to leave me in that position was just not on, and I absolutely love you, Chloe. You know I do. Even before you got me this, and yeah, so this was my gifted, and I'm so hyped to get to this. I don't know what point I'm going to get to this in March. I was hoping to just binge it at the beginning, but you know, it depends on, oh, look how floppy it is. We love a good falooper. And now we're going to go to roll number 2. Roll number 2. So if I get a 1, I have to give myself a punishment, which is add a roll. And I can't remember what 20 is, but oh, which is it? 12. So it's this one, which is a BIPOC author. Oh my god, this works out brilliantly. So number 2, this fits in perfectly. We were on a roll, guys. You know, the roll of reads gods were looking out for me and thinking, you know, if you're only going to do 3 rolls, let's just give you all the good stuff. So I got BIPOC author, and this works out just amazeballs, literally. Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron is what I'll be reading, and this is also Becca's pick for the Recreate Book Club. Kaylin Bayron, can we just, this Poison Heart left me absolutely shooketh. It was so good. I just cannot wait to get hold of Cinderella is Dead. I am probably going to have to get the paperback version of this, even though I wanted the hardback, but, you know, we'll live with paperback versions for now. And this is, I think it also has LGBTQ plus rep in it as well. So, yay for all the rep. This hasn't arrived yet. I'm getting it posted. I'm ordering it on payday. So this should be arriving on Tuesday. So, and we're going to go on to roll number 3, which should have been my last roll but wasn't. I forgot to replace them, so I'll put 1 back on 16, put 1 back on 12, and I'm going to do another roll. So, a book you're excited to read. Oh, okay. See, I told you, it was giving me good vibes. It was all like chugging up this hill, giving all the positive energy out. So just like, this also fits perfectly in with the By the Angel along, because I am super excited to get to this after what happened in book 2, which didn't break me like I thought it was going to do, but I've been warned that from like here on out I am probably going to be broken into a million pieces. So the tissues are ready, and I am just so excited to get to this. It's book 3, City of Glass, Shadowhunters, you know the drill. Becca's read along with Becca's socials, will be linked down below with everybody else. I'm so hyped for this. And we're going to go on to roll number 4. I feel like I could do another roll. How about we do another roll? Put that back on there. Oh, 12 again. Oh, there's 2 on 12 now. Let's take one of these off. We don't want 2. We want this one. Have I shot myself in the foot? Set somewhere you've never been. Oh, that works out good as well. Because there's so many places I've never been. So, this was Somewhere You've Never Been. Nope. So, I've never been to fantasy worlds. Any of them, because, you know, they don't exist. So, I'm putting this on here. I need to get to this anyway, because I have, sorry, Miss Hob. I've put Hob on the back burner for a while because after Golden Fall, I needed a break. And I say I needed a break. I clearly didn't take a break from high fantasy because I ended up reading John Gwynne, but never mind. You know, never mind about that. So, yes, this, I'm excited. This is prompt number 4. I'm not going to give you any details on this because it's sort of like the 4th series in the realm of the Elderlings. Is it the 4th or the 3rd series? Tournament Trilogy, and this is book 2. So, you know, if you want to go back to the beginning, it starts with Fitz, a bastard child of the king in waiting. And that is all I'm going to say. Let's go on to roll number 5. Put that back on there. Let's do one more. Let's go for another one. If I get a 12, I have to add a roll. If I get another 12. Ooh, 9. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. So it's this one. Inspired by mythology, legend or folklore. Oh crap. I shot myself in the foot. Shit. Shit. Okay. So, roll number 5 did me dirty. Because it's inspired by mythology or legend, or folklore. This for me was hard because I don't have many books that I haven't already read. I've just reread Law and I do not want to reread it again. It was a 4-star for me and I really enjoyed it, but I reread it in like January, so it's a no. My mythology books that I do currently have have already been read. So the only one I can think of that I haven't already read was Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I tried to read this last year and wasn't successful in reading it. I don't know where I've put it, hence the reason why there's a graphic here and not the book. That was gifted to me by Norway's Library. I think it was Norway's Library. But yes, I didn't get a chance to read this. I really wanted to read it. So this is going to be that prompt, but I need to be in the mood to read that kind of book. So I'm hoping that at some point in March I have the urge to read mythology of some kind and then I can just dive right into it. But yeah, there's that. Okay, so I've literally just decided this. What I'm going to do is a separate video for the mini magical readathon because I'm looking at the time. I need to get this edited and scheduled before I leave my house, and if I have to root around for extra magical readathon books, it's not going to happen. So it will probably be up on Monday or Tuesday alongside my weekly vlog, but I will do a mini magical readathon separate video. So I'm just going to move on to other books that I need to get to, read-alongs I need to get to. So, book number 3 of the Vampire Academy. I've got to get to this next month. It's for Liv's VA along. I really enjoyed book 2. It broke me. I am not ready for any more pain because I've got the City of Glass to read as well, and I've got Golden Fool, which no doubt it's Hob. It's there's a reason why it's called Hobsob. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I've got this to read. This is a must read. The next book I want to read is also Brightstorm. This is the first in a series by Vashti Hardy, and this is the Middle Grade Monthly pick. I always take part in Middle Grade Monthly. Since I started, I don't know if there's one that I've ever not read. Even if I've read it late, I've still read it. So yeah, there's this. Another book that I want to get to is Held Up Incorrectly. It's Death Note, and this was gifted to me by Chloe from Chloe Reads Books, so thank you so much. And it's the black edition. I can't wait. This has 2 volumes in one, I think. Yeah, it contains 2 volumes. So at some point I might read 1 volume of this just to break up the Mahusive TBR that is currently stacking up. And bear in mind, the books that I've shown you, some do link with the Magical Readathon, but not all of them. So I think it's about 15 books on my TBR. I do also have always on my TBR cart One Piece in case I ever want to get to it. I also use these quite a lot as palette cleansers between books. I reread volume 7, and I'm going to reread volume 8 and 9 soon. The reason I'm rereading this is because I read this for a readathon last year, I think, and I just like binged it really quickly, and I genuinely don't think I took anything in. I was in readathon mode, and yeah, so I'm rereading these bits. Another book I would love to get to is an amazing looking book that really gives me World of Warcraft Neverwinter vibes. And this is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldry, I think that's how you pronounce his surname. He is a voice actor. He also used to write code for games. This is a self-pubbed book. I've seen him tweet so much about this upcoming book, and I just love the premise. It's like, I don't know, it just gives me very cozy vibes, but also fantasy vibes, cozy fantasy vibes. And I am going to try and read at least 1 book by an indie author or self-pubbed author each month. I really want to try and promote more indie self-pubbed authors, so I have put a tweet out. I will link my social below as always. Go find that tweet, or you can just comment below any indie self-pubbed authors that you know of, that you think I might like. I don't mind romance, but I generally gear towards fantasy, so I may have forgot other books off this, by the way. It is possible. I did just scribble this down very quickly. So I may have forgot books I was supposed to read next month. I have put Wheel of Time back a month. Because there's no way I could read like 5 chunky books in offer. No way I could read that many chunky books in a month and still have a life and not burn myself out. So 2 more books I would like to get to. Near the Bone by Christine Henry. I have heard nothing but good things about this. It is horror, not usually my genre, but Cassidy, from Covers with Cassidy, she mentioned that it was like a top rated book for her last year, and Jem from Bookish Gems is buddy reading it with Becca, and yeah, it's just giving me FOMO not reading this, so I'm buying it, I'm getting it, I'll hopefully read it next month. You'll see my thoughts in my vlogs. And then finally I did get approved for an arc of Gallant, and it comes out on the 8th anyway, but if I can, I'm going to try and read it the first week in March, and then I can just have my Pretty Waterstone special edition signed as a pretty little book, display book that goes unread. So yeah, and it can just add to my Schwab that needs a better place than where it is. It's like the bottom shelf of this next year. I'm going to be trying to get some bookcases for here, so I will have a Schwab shelf at some point. So yeah, those are all the books that I think I'm going to be getting to. Some are mandatory reads for me, some are not. We also have Nevernight and Kate in Waiting, and some random Kindle book that I need to read as well. So there we go. Welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you are seeing me, I am always this much of a mess. So welcome. Come join me on my journey. Yeah. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I've done it. It's there. It's going to go out on the YouTube, so, you know, once it goes out there, I can't turn back on it, can I? Oh, we'll see. I need to get this edited ASAP Rocky. So I will see you all in my next video, which is probably going to be Monday's vlog after this. And Mini Magical Readathon TBR, I will try and film that on Sunday, so you can get that on Tuesday for the 1st of Feb. Fingers crossed. But I do like to procrastinate, as we all know as well. So see you all soon.